What's going on YouTube? It is your boy Javid, and look, y'all. Today I'm coming back to y'all with another video. Now, look, I don't have to make this a video, but I'm gonna do it. Now, I know y'all seen the title. Um, this old school mentality or mindset has destroyed the rec community on NBA 2K25. Now, look, y'all didn't see I done drop how many videos when I talk about point guards and guard play when it comes to 5v5 or just basketball in general, right? Now, what you're looking at on the screen right here is John Stockton. You know, this guy's a legendary player. He's a Hall of Famer. You're going to give his credit to where it's due. But John Stockton was known for really being a playmaker, right? You know, he was really, I think he's like, I'm pretty sure he leads the NBA in, I mean, a lot of categories. This guy is a phenomenal player. And I'm not no basketball analyst, but I mean, we all can agree that John Stockton is, was a hell of a player and he was a legend, okay? So we're going to give his credit to where it's due. But the reason why I have John Stockton on the screen was because this was years ago. You see what I'm saying? Years ago to where I wasn't even probably born when John Stockton was even playing. You see what I'm saying? To where this style that he played to where, and again, like I said, you come down the court, pass, 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 right? That doesn't work anymore, right? As you can see, you get to the next, screenshot if I can get there, right? If you look at the screen right now, right, this is today's NBA, right? LaMelo Ball, Cade Cunningham, Trey Young, Damian Lillard, Fred VanVleet, Tyrese Halliburton, Stephen Curry, Luka Doncic, uh, James Harden, and then we got Shai Alexander, right? You got a lot of these guards in today's NBA, and I feel like this is what some of y'all don't understand when I talk about guard play. Notice how you don't see Chris Paul in this photo, right? And again, Chris Paul is another person who's going to be in the Hall of Fame. He might get in. I know he doesn't have a ring, but my whole point is this is today's NBA, right? Basketball has changed. This era right here, you know what I'm saying? This is way back. We're here now. You see what I'm saying? To where you have to understand as a guard, you have to be able to find ways to create, right? And when I say this stuff, it's like y'all are not understanding what I'm saying, right? When we talk about point guards, right? Like I said, Chris Paul is not in this photo because guess what? Like I said, that era Chris Paul played in, it's different now. Now, like I said, well, bro, J-Man, not everybody, there's generational talents on the screen right here. So you can't expect a 2K random to play like a generational talent. I'm not hoping they do play like a generational talent. I'm not saying they are a generational talent, right? But what you have to understand is all these guys on this screen right here, they're not predictable. You see what I'm saying? That's what you have to understand. I'm not saying a rec random or a player in 2K is supposed to play like these guys. What I'm saying is the players on the screen are not one-sided, right? These players that you're looking at on the screen right here, they can have a bad game shooting wise, but they can still win because they're not one-sided, right? LaMelo Ball, let's start off one by one. LaMelo Ball, right? Tall guard, guys, 6'7", athletic, not the greatest shooter, but has confidence to shoot the ball. Really well playmaker with the ball in his hands, right? And he's just, overall a solid player. I think he made an all-star team about 2 years ago. All world potential, right? Good player. He's not one-sided. Cade Cunningham, right? Another player that's got, 6'8", I believe he's a big guard, 6'8", can shoot the ball, athletic, got potential, not one-sided. See what I'm saying? Trey Young, undersized, right? Deep range from the three-point line, right? But he also can play make, right? So he's not one-sided. He can shoot and he has playmaking, right? Damian Lillard, right? We know what Dame is, right? Fast with the ball, right? Not afraid to attack the basket. Used to be sneaky athletic. He probably still is, right? Has dangerous range, right? We know what he is. He's not one-sided. Fred VanVleet, right? Quick guy with the ball, has range, decent playmaking ability, right? Not one-sided. Tyrese Halliburton can do all these things. Y'all get my point, right? All of these guys on the screen are not one-sided. But what I feel like you 2K players don't understand is you're stuck in the old school mentality. Like, I wasn't even playing 2K today, right? I wasn't playing 2K today. I was out with my family. I literally got back home about probably 3 hours ago. And T, hits me up, invites me to a party, like asking me, about the patch things like that, which I'm going to talk about in the next video, right? Things like, oh, J Mid, like, how you feel about the patch? Did you, play the game? And I'm like, no, I didn't play. I wasn't even home, right? So she's like, oh, you trying to run it up? I'm like, okay, bet. Y'all know me and T are like teammates. We're like brother and sister, right? So I'm like, all right, bet. First game we get in, okay? Mind you, I haven't played the game all day, okay? We go into squad rec, and before I say anything, yes, we already know how bad it is, okay? But the issue, like, and again, the first game we played was the game I just uploaded to where I said, you will be banned if the game is not on the PG, right? Because the guy was on purple status, right? There's no excuse. But everything that I just said about, you got these guys in this old school mindset. And again, like I said before, understand when I say this. I'm not saying it's an old head issue, but it's definitely created by this, right? Now hear me when I say this. I'm not saying all of you old heads are to blame, but most of you are because you're stuck in this old phase of, bro, you're supposed to just only do this. And you got to understand today's era of basketball. A lot of look at again. I'm gonna give you another example. Look at the summer league or even the G League. A lot of these guys might impress in the summer league, and you might be like, well, bro, how these guys not make the team? He had a really good summer league. He had a really good camp. There's no way he didn't make the team. Well, you have to understand. I'm going to give you another example. A kid like Imani Bates. A lot of y'all know who that is. Guys like what, 6'9", 6'10". I think he's like 6'11" now. He's been in the weight room trying to get bigger and stronger, got all world potential on offense, right? And you might ask, what are the Cavs doing, right? And I know he suffered an injury. Hopefully he gets better and gets well back on the court. You know what I'm saying? Just put that out there. Yes, he's dealing with an injury. I understand that. So I'm not taking nothing away from him. But all I'm saying is this. A lot of people are wondering, why did Imani Bates not make that Cavs roster the first 2 years he was there? Because guess what the Cavs know? The Cavs already knew, yeah, this kid he could score the ball really well. But what else can you do? You see what I'm saying? To where that's what y'all got to understand in today's basketball. It's, yeah, we get you could do this, but what else can you offer for us? Because it's not like we're looking for one thing. A team in today's NBA is looking for what else do you bring, right? Like I said before, a center, yes, we know you can rebound, but can you score? Can you protect down low? You see what I'm saying? Obviously that's fundamental basketball, but not everybody could do it. That's why you don't see everybody make the league, bro. Right? So again, like I said, Imani Bates all world potential, but gets sent to the G League down here and there because the Cavs already know the kid can score really well, right? But what is he a playmaker? Can he play out of position? Can he guard 1 through 5? And these are not easy things. But all I'm saying is, I feel like this is what a team is looking for now. Because, like I said, basketball has changed, bro. That John Stockton era is no longer here, bro. It's different now, right? That one read style, it doesn't work. And the reason why, like I said, I had to make this video. I even told them, like, I got to make this video because people are not understanding me. We have played 4 rec games within a matter of, I think it was about 2 hours ago. We lost all of them. Matter of fact, I guess I played 5 because we lost. It was so bad to where we lost. T ended up closing out to where I ended up going in a solo game. I lost that game, right? Even knowing that Cody was the lowest overall and still outperformed everybody, we still lost that game, right? To where we lost every single game we played. And yes, you guessed it. Who was the reason to blame? It was the PG. What was he doing? The same thing. You come down the court, X or A, whatever console you're on. This it's not, and again, the reason why I mentioned John Stockton is known for, assist, right? And that's the problem in the rec now. A lot of you 2K players think, oh, as a PG, I just got to get assists. No, it's different now. You got to do more than just get assists. And people thinking, oh, you just want the PG to do all the work. That's not what I'm asking for. Because like I said before, guys like Stephen Curry and Damian Lillard they have shot tour dates as far as I'm concerned, and their team is still winning the game, right? It's not. I'm not asking for Hall of Fame performance, right? All I ask for is effort. And see what a lot of y'all ignore. And see, this is the problem I have with some of y'all. Y'all ignore the issue. Like, for example, some of y'all might say, well, J-Man, I'm looking at this video and your my player, Cody, was getting the ball, so I don't see why you're complaining. Well, you have to understand, look at the bigger picture that I'm looking at, right? Yes, Cody is balling, but is that going to win you the game, right? Yes, Cody is making the shots, but is that going to win the team the game? So you have to understand, when I've had games before, no matter what 2K I've played, I've had games before to where I've had 12 steals, 13 steals, 10 steals. It's always because the whatever team I'm going up against, whether it was Ranrek or squad, whatever it was, the PG is doing the same thing. And y'all are not seeing it. Like, and again, that's what it is in today's, and that's what it is right now. When you walk into, I could almost bet money. You can walk into the rec right now, right? Whether you're on your big man, the PG is going to have the mindset of I just got to hit X and A every play, all game. That's all I got to do. Because my job is just to get assists. And this is the problem. You see what I'm saying? Your mindset is messed up. You have to understand today's basketball, right? It's different. Like I'm going to repeat again. You have to understand today's basketball, bro. Because like I said in the comments now, bro, John Stockton was a bucket. I'm not saying he wasn't, right? But John Stockton was known for what? Playmaking, assists, right? And a lot of y'all got to also understand John Stockton had ways to get those guys open. He wasn't just coming down the court, oh, I'm going to get rid of it. I got to get rid of it. I got to get rid of it. I got to get rid of it. You see what I'm saying? He was a smart player. He would actually find ways to get guys involved. See, the problem is what some of y'all do is y'all just get rid of it. And the reason why I snap on a lot of people is because they be like, bro, you can't hate on the fact that, you know, they don't want to play a certain way. It's not play a certain way. Because when I looked at, like 2K brought back the fact that you can check player cards or whatever players you played with in a previous game, right? So you might be thinking, okay, this guy attempted to not shoot the ball. This guy had 1 assist and 6 turnovers. Let me look at his build. You look at the build, I see 90 ball handling, 95 through ball. So what are you? There's no reason for him to have 6 turnovers and 0 attempts. Why did he have that? Because he thought doing the same thing was going to win the game or work. And like I said before, the magic word predictable is why I always say it. See, when I even do my breakdown videos, y'all ignore, man, why is J-Mid frustrated? Because you don't understand, is it going to win you a game? Why do you think I always use football for a prime example, right? And again, how many times have I said, yo, listen, PG is not something, it's not easy to do. So if you don't know what you're doing, don't make it. It's like people thinking I'm saying, yeah, you need to make a point guard. Like, no, nobody's telling you to do it. And I also don't think it's fair that some of y'all blame the content creators for why people are so bad. You can't blame the content creators. They're going to make their content, right? It's not like the person that's watching the video is forced, right, to, make the build. You want to know what makes them make the build? It's called clickbait. It's called when they see the word best build, that's like to them, oh, I got to make this, I got to watch this. Because if they're already struggling, right, they're going to look at it like, oh, I need help. So they're going to go look up best build. You cannot blame a content creator for just making a build they think was really good for them, right? But see, that's what y'all do. Oh, the content creators, they make these builds and people going to make them. Yeah, but that's a choice, right? That's a choice. Just like how when people choose to play the old era of basketball, when they have the tools to be really good and not one-sided, that's also a choice. Just like how when I played with T earlier and we got another PG who finished the game with 0 points and 9 turnovers and 0 assists, right? That's also a choice because he thought doing the same play, he actually graded out the game. He thought doing the same play was going to work. That's why I say it's concerning to me. What in your brain don't you understand that if I continue to keep making the same decision, the other team is going to pick up on it? You think they're not going to catch up on it? Like I said before, if you have an NFL quarterback and the other team knows, man, this guy don't really trust his arm, right? So just, pay attention to what he does. He throws to the tight end the first play, the second play, tight end, the third play, tight end. What do you think the fourth play is going to be? If I just told you the first 3 plays and the quarterback don't trust his arm, he going to the tight end. What do you think the fourth play is going to be? You know what it's going to be? It's going to be an interception because they done figured out this who's getting the ball. You see what I'm saying? It's just like how when I say When Cody's scoring the ball, y'all don't understand until I get frustrated. It's not because, oh, you're mad because your player's scoring. It's because I know it's not going to win the game, bro. And that's what y'all don't understand. What is hard to understand about that? Y'all don't, it's like, I don't understand what is hard to understand about the mindset that I have. Yeah, scoring the ball it could be really nice. But guess what? When you are playing in a game like Rec or Proving Grounds, your mindset shouldn't be on points. It should be on how do we win this game? And Cody scoring all of the points is not going to win the game, right? To where it's also not fair, like I said, to where let's say my player had an off game, he not making his shots, right? But the PG chose that PG got a 90 ball, a 95 three ball, chose to not use it because they're gonna rely on Cody to do everything. To where now, oh, you was missing with your my player, so that's your fault. The PG has the build to be great. It's his mindset. He's stuck in this old phase of, bro, I just got to get rid of it. You see what I'm saying? I don't understand how some of y'all don't see it from my standpoint, bro. I know some of y'all do, but it's like these guys. That's what I'm saying. Some of y'all don't know basketball and today's basketball. If you watch today's basketball, every NBA team most likely has somebody, right, to where their guard is not one read. Drew Holiday is a perfect example. Is Drew Holiday a Stephen Curry or a Damian Lillard? No, but guess what Drew is? He's a two-way player. He plays both ends. So guess what? That's valuable for a team like the Boston Celtics. Guess what? Not only do you play defense, right? Your guard 1 through 5. You don't mind making the right decision. You don't mind being confident and shooting a three ball or two, right? So that's perfect, right? But that is why the experience is bad because a lot of y'all, like I said, they're stuck in this old phase. When is the last time you heard something about Chris Paul? Chris Paul has been moved around for the last 3 to 4 years, bro. Right? And if you, it could have been the last 2 to 3. I'm pretty sure it's 2 or 3 years, whatever you want to call it. Right? Chris Paul is getting moved around. It's not because he's a bad player. Basketball has changed. Yes, I know he's on the San Antonio Spurs, but why did the San Antonio Spurs draft the PG in the first round? Which, I mean, they're a young team, right? But they just, they signed Chris Paul in the offseason, right? So if they sign Chris Paul, why would they go and get a point guard? You know why they went and got a point guard? Because they understand, yo, look, Chris Paul is, he's aged, right? To where we're going to need somebody else. You see what I'm saying? Chris Paul is another phenomenal player, but that's that era of, get rid of it, right? And Chris Paul, he is not, that one, he's not a one replay, but what I'm saying is that right now, Chris Paul is really valuable because he's like basically like it's similar to if Rondo was still playing in the league. He's like another coach on the court, right? Just like how Pat Bev. Why is Pat Bev still in the NBA? Pat Bev is a leader, right? He's like another coach on the floor, high IQ player, right? But they're not one sided. Pat Bev chose to not go. He chose to lead the NBA because he got more money. I'm pretty sure in overseas. But Pat Bev is not a one sided player. Pat Bev, he can guard. He's not scared to guard 1 through 5. And guess what? He will also space the floor and shoot the basketball. So he's not a one sided player, right? But right now, what you see in 2K25 is a lot of one sided players, and they think that's what's going to win you the game. Bro, me and T are off this game. We have got off the game, not playing. And just like that. And guess what? I think Cody's bill was on GOAT tier status and my center was on GOAT tier status. No longer. No longer. It's because you got players who are making point guards with they got the build. They got a good build, but it's their mindset. They're stuck in this phase of I just got to do one thing. And I don't see what some of y'all don't get about it. I mean, what am I speaking in Chinese for you not to understand? And that's not being a racial communist, bro. What part of, era of basketball do y'all not understand? Right? One read players don't work. Okay? And don't give me, oh, that's cap. Ben Simmons, he's still in the league. He's one read. Ben Simmons is a phenomenal defensive player, bro. He's a guy that's 6'10", and he's, he plays defense. That's what's kind of keeping Ben Simmons on an NBA roster right now, bro. And the fact that, again, the guy's still got potential. I mean, I'm pretty sure, is Ben Simmons even 30 years old? Yeah, I don't think he is. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, he's still got potential, right? But Ben Simmons is not one read. Now, he plays like it, but his bag is not one read, right? Guy won Rookie of the Year. Well, it really shouldn't count as Rookie of the Year, but Y'all get my point. We've seen flashes of Ben Simmons, being a player to where, matter of fact, he is a two-way player, but he's just not as a threat in today's NBA. Because, like I said, the guards that I showed y'all, there are a lot of the guards, they're just combo guards that those are the kind of guards that you'd want to play with because even if they shoot bad, guess what? Your team is going to have a good chance of getting involved because those guys who are combo guards, they're not predictable. They're not one read, bro. See what I'm saying? So where if you are playing against somebody who's one read, guess what? I'm gonna pack the paint, all types of stuff, because I know what you're gonna do. You see what I'm saying? Why do you think inside bigs, people are saying, people get mad people making an inside big, especially if they ain't got no team to play with, right? Because guess what? An inside big is only going to do damage unless that PG knows what he's doing. If not, it's going to be a long game. The people going to be in the paint because guess what? I know you can't shoot, right? So how you can get the center involved when I know you can't shoot and your PG, he just playing hot potato. Y'all have no chance of winning that game. But then you got the shooting guard who's able to score on his own, and it's not a game's put in his hands. To where if he's missing, now he gonna get the blame for, oh, well, the two guard, he had 25 points, but he was missing. But the PG and center were a non-factor. But now it's the shooting guard's fault because he was missing shots. When the two most important players were a non-factor. See what I'm saying? So we have to understand as a community, right, that listen, basketball has changed, bro. This era of one style of all I got to do is get assists. And I'm not saying John Stockton, that's what he was known for. John, like I said, he was a legendary player, bro. Right? He did more than just get assists. But it's just overall what I've experienced, and T's experienced with it as well. We are always getting point guards who are just doing one thing, just focus on one thing. And like I said before, I know John Stockton was not just known for, I know he could score the ball in numerous countless ways as far as I'm concerned, right? But John Stockton's, highest of highest things are his playmaking, his assist numbers, right? To where that is what a lot of players that me and T have been getting. That's all they're worried about is getting assists. They're not worried about nothing else. And that is why we're losing basketball games, bro. Matter of fact, we played another game. Dude talk about it's a 2 point game. And I'm like, well, why is it a 2 point game? Let me ask you that, right? He said, because when people are taking bad shots. So why are people taking bad shots, right? Because you're forcing. I said, why are people forcing shots? There's got to be a reason, bro, right? I said, your boy's the PG, right? I said, also, why does he have 7 turnovers? Because he's losing the ball. Why is he losing the ball? Because he's making mistakes. Why is he making? It's like they won't just own it. I'm clearly asking the issue here. Why are these things happening? They know the problem. Scared to say it to him, bro. And that is why I go into the factor of you're not really a teammate. You're not a team. Y'all are not a so-called team, right? Because an actual team is gonna be able to listen. This ain't gonna work, dog. See what I'm saying? But he's losing the ball. Why is he losing? He's doing the same thing. He's relying on either T on a backdoor cut. Like right now, you go on the rack right now, right? A PG is gonna say, especially if they're on the mic, like, bro, backdoor. Okay, you do it the first time. Okay, it worked the first time. You got the back door. Bro, you don't think if you did it the first time, the other team's not going to realize, oh, watch out for that back door? But you know what that tells me? That you don't know how to get nobody else involved. So in your ways of hiding that is just spam a backdoor call every single play. And then when you're turning the ball over, it's, bro, the spacing iffy. Why is the spacing iffy? Because you are not somewhat of somebody they need to worry about, right? To where now you got guys running loose because guess what? They're trying to find ways to get open because you as a PG, you're not your build has the ability to do so, but your mind is telling you just need to get assists. See what I'm saying? To where you have the build to be really good, but your mind is telling you, I just got to get assists, bro. See what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what's hurt the 2K community, bro. That has hurt the rec community as well, big time. Because it's not, like I said, a lot of old heads do it, and then a lot of these young guys do it as well, right? They go in with that mindset, right? Play the game the other day. You talk about some. bro. But I had 11 assists, but you also had 8 turnovers, and we lost the game, right? But how was it my fault if I had 11 assists? We barely lost because you did the same thing. And the reason why we lost is because you threw a turnover that ended up being an and one. You see what I'm saying? But it's when you say it's like these guys don't know basketball. They're looking at the fact that, bro, I had 11 assists as the PG. I did my job. But we're gonna ignore the turnovers. And why did you get those turnovers? Right? You're looking for the same play, right? And it's not going to win you basketball games, bro. So I just need people to understand that, bro. Like I feel like a lot of y'all just don't understand today's basketball. Today's basketball, it's that one side style of play. It's over, bro. You can't you got to do more than one thing. You have to, right? And this is a virtual basket. This is a video game to where you have an option and y'all are making builds that have 90, like I said, I see 90 ball handle, 90 some three ball. I'm seeing the tools, but it's that mindset. That's the problem. That's why I will always say in my mind, if I'm not playing PG, I hate scoring the ball first. Because when the point guard on your team realizes that you can score the ball really well on the court, they're gonna use you as a bailout to where even if they have a build to where they have the tools to be really successful, they're gonna tell themselves, "Oh, well, I don't really know how to use that, so I'm gonna use this guard right here. To he gonna have to score the points, right? To where I'm just gonna focus on getting assists. To where that's not fair because that's not a win. That's not a winning formula, right? How are you gonna rely on one person to win you the game because you don't know how to use your build properly, bro? And that's what it is. You see what I'm saying? That's what it is. Like I said, y'all, we're gonna talk about this little update they had going on. I know y'all want to ask me how do I feel about it. We're gonna talk about all of that in the next video. But I really had to say this because, like I said, me and T lost four in a row. We lost four straight. We lost four straight games, and it was sad, bro. It was sad, um, because we shouldn't have lost. We should not have lost. The other team is not good, but we're worse because we have a PG who's predictable, who is one sided, who has that mindset of I just got to get assists all game, right? But and again, like I said, I know John Stockton is a much more of a player than that. But like I said, we if you bring up John Stockton, you ask somebody, what is John Stockton known for? They're going to tell you assist. That's what he's known for, right? He has a record, I think he has like a record breaking numbers in assists. Like he has a tons of assists, right? So that's why I use John Stockton as an example, bro. Right. But yeah, like I said, man, it's just and I've already talked about how status remains broken. So I mean there's nothing to say about that. That's just a disgraced fact that that's still broken. But like I said, man, a lot of y'all got to understand today's basketball, bro. And I feel like a lot of y'all don't, which is why you see a lot of bad play in the rec and improving grounds. But that's just my opinion. Yeah, let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section. Um, and yeah, man, shout out to y'all for all love support. Y'all know I got y'all with the vids. Yeah, man, y'all just stay tuned. But I just had to say something because like this is not sitting well with me, y'all. Like I hate people ignoring the truth, bro. Like people try to hide like there's actual players that have a build that has the tools but they don't know how to use it. Of course they're not going to get on the mic and say I don't know what I'm doing, so they're just going to do the most basic simple stuff and y'all might go, bro, what's the problem? They're moving the ball. It's not going to win games, bro. That is the issue, and I feel like that's what separates me from a lot of some of y'all players out there, bro. A lot of y'all don't look at it as like I look at it. Like again, another example, if a quarterback is throwing to a receiver and that receiver is cooking all game long, you don't think that that defensive coordinator is going to make adjustments and say, okay, listen, watch this guy right here, right? We're going to shut him down and make somebody else beat us. To where, like I said before, if you got a player that can score really well, but the PG is unable to do anything, just doing the same thing, now that player that was doing really well, he's going to have a bad game because they're just going to double him the rest of the game because they're not worried about your guard play. And that is a major problem. But right now, the Steelers, my favorite team that I bleed black and gold, right? Even though that I said that they were a disgrace offense, which they still kind of are. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got to make another video about that as well. Because I'm still concerned. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm very still concerned. Um, they have a receiver in George Pickens. They got guys like Calvin Austin, but those are not guys that people are really, hey, you gotta, watch it. Like y'all get what I'm saying if you know football, right? But a lot of these guys are a guy like George Pickens, teams just double him because he's the only one you really got to worry about, right? To where now GP is not going to have a game to where he's going for 125 yards and 2 touchdowns because guess what? The other team has now taken him out the game because they realize you have no other threat as an option at that position. You see what I'm saying? So I mean that's what that is, bro. But I'm tired of we have to stop seeing this mindset, bro. This mindset is not a this is how you lose. And some of y'all got the build. Y'all got the build to be great. Get your mind right. Come on now. Like this is ridiculous, bro. Hit the like and subscribe. We're gonna roll to 5K subs, man. This is sad, bro. Like it's sad that I gotta keep showing y'all examples and over again. How many I gotta keep showing y'all? How many breakdowns do I gotta do for y'all to understand what I'm talking about here, bro? How many examples do y'all need? Because I'm tired of this, bro. This is starting to low key piss me off. Because I'm seeing people like, bro, why are you complaining if your PG's passing the ball? Because it's not a winning formula. Yes, he's gonna get assists, but are you gonna win the game doing the same thing over and over again? No. So why would somebody be satisfied if you know that's not a winning formula? But that's why I said a lot of y'all are used to losing, so you don't really care about that winning formula that I'm talking about, and it's okay. But just don't sit here and act like that's an excuse for the PG because it's not. That's not an excuse for him, right? And it's also why, like I said, status remains broken. If a point guard has the build and he chooses not to do anything, guess what? You shouldn't. I should not be blamed for how he played when I did what I could do to win the game, right? But that's how 2K is. They still have it to where you got these players. They have the wrong mindset. You're gonna get blamed for how they play, and that's not fair, bro. I'm out of here, man. Y'all stay safe. I'm out.